Jerusalem has been shaken by the deadliest attacks that it has seen in years. Well, the attack happened just after the Monday morning rush hour. That's when commuters were waiting near buses at Ramot Junction. The gunmen reportedly arrived in a vehicle carrying weapons, ammunition and a knife before opening fire on dozens of civilians. Israeli police say that 2 attackers were neutralized at the scene. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has called it a murderous terrorist attack, a terror attack. He has vowed to hunt down everyone who helped the gunmen. Israeli officials are now pursuing and surrounding the villages in the occupied West Bank where the suspects allegedly came from. Well, apart from that, the victims include 3 men in their 30s, 1 woman in her 50s and 1 man in his 50s. One of the dead was a recent immigrant from Spain. According to Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Saar, at least 7 people are seriously injured, with 9 others suffering gunshot wounds, and they are now taken to the local hospitals there.
The station was, of course, full of the hustle and bustle of people. Suddenly, I started hearing a burst of gunfire, at first small, and then it intensified. People were looking at each other, trying to understand what was happening, but no one understood. Only maybe after 2 or 3 seconds, someone suddenly shouted, "Terror attack," and people started running.
In the aftermath, workers were seen scrubbing clean the pavements and bus stop as well, where 2 Palestinian gunmen opened fire. Nearby, forensic teams examined the scene, documenting evidence and also carefully collecting what remains. A bullet-riddled bus was removed from the site, its windows pierced by multiple gunshots. The Palestinian Authority condemned violence against civilians on both sides, while Hamas praised the attackers as resistance fighters. The Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who visited the site, has now promised, and I'm quoting Bibi here, even stronger steps.
We are fighting against terrorism, against the Houthi terror regime, against Iran, which backs them all, in Gaza, in Lebanon, against Hezbollah, on all fronts. We are not relenting, and we will not relent. We will intensify our operations, and we will achieve all our objectives.
The Israeli National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir urged citizens to arm themselves. Far-right Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich blamed the Palestinian Authority, claiming it raises and educates its children to murder Jews, unquote. Meanwhile, Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz warned that a powerful hurricane will strike the skies of Gaza City later, unquote. The Jerusalem shooting attack invited condemnation from Europe. The EU condemned the attack, emphasizing the urgent need for a ceasefire.
We condemn this attack, as we condemn all loss of lives, which actually must stop now. We call for de-escalation, and this shows how necessary and critical a ceasefire is. Civilians on both sides, both Palestinians and Israelis, have suffered for far too long and far too much, and this must end now, and it is high time to break this cycle of violence.
Spain, France, the UAE and Germany have also condemned the attack. The shooting attack comes amid Israel's ongoing military offensive in Gaza, which has killed at least 64,000 Palestinians so far, who are mostly civilians, women and children. And now, the Israeli military is expanding its assault in Gaza City and has bombed high-rises buildings there as well. Tens of thousands of Gaza City residents are fleeing towards the south into areas which are already under bombardment. Roads are packed with families carrying belongings. Famine, restricted aid and military operations are worsening the civilian suffering in Gaza and could force hundreds of thousands from their homes. Residential high-rise and neighborhoods have also been destroyed. That's ahead of a threatened ground offensive by Israel. A day before the attack took place in Jerusalem, Hamas had said that it received U.S. ceasefire proposals and was perhaps ready to discuss the release of the remaining hostages in exchange for Palestinian detainees. Israel said that it is seriously mulling the proposal. U.S. President Donald Trump asserted his terms as well, warning Hamas that there would be no further chance this latest attack in Jerusalem derail chances of talks going further. Well, U.S. President Donald Trump seems to be leaving no stone unturned towards firming up his immigration measures, block by block. Well, fear gripped several American states over the weekend as dozens of people were arrested in several raids conducted by federal immigration agents across Boston and nearby communities. According to the Department of Homeland Security, and now Chicago appears to be the next on Trump's hit list. The move, dubbed Patriot 2.0 by Immigration and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE agents in the U.S., came as the Justice Department filed suit against the city and its mayor, further intensifying a clash over local sanctuary policies there. White House border czar Tom Homan reportedly confirmed Trump's plans to send immigration agents towards Chicago and other cities this week, which he listed as problem areas. Homan also warned that these raids are only expected to surge, while local officials called federal operations as unnecessary. Thousands of demonstrators shouted and chanted their disapproval of Trump's hardline policies that now threaten to affect their own. Not just that. In perhaps a stark warning, Trump has also asked foreign companies to respect immigration laws after an ICE raid at a Hyundai motor manufacturing facility in Georgia last week, which saw hundreds of workers detained. He also added a note for them: hire and train more American workers. Important to note here is that the site where the sweeping crackdown took place happens to be one of the Korean automaker's major investments in the U.S. and reportedly marked the largest such carried out under Trump's nationwide anti-immigration campaign, one which could very well have implications on diplomatic ties between the U.S. and South Korea.
You know, look, it's a battery factory in that case, as I'm told. And, you know, when they're building batteries, if you don't have people in this country right now that know about batteries, maybe we should help them along and let some people come in and train our people to do, you know, complex things, whether it's battery manufacturing or computer manufacturing or building ships. So we're going to look at that whole situation.
Amid this, Trump's Chicago warning comes through loud and clear, and he has also made a passing reference to the law and order situation in Washington, D.C. That's after the National Guards were deployed there last month.
Chicago is a very dangerous place, and we have a governor that doesn't care about crime. I guess we could solve Chicago very quickly, but we're going to make a decision as to where we go over the next day or two. When you look at what happened to D.C. in a short period of time, honestly, it's amazing.
Several ICE officials also contend that the policies for places such as Boston and Chicago allow dangerous offenders charged with crimes such as sexual assault, drug trafficking and gang activity to remain in communities instead of being deported. ICE raids were also conducted in the state of Massachusetts, with its governor, Democrat Maura Healey, accusing Trump of power grab, with intensified raids, which she called a political theater. Meanwhile, individual accounts testify to the horrors of ICE raids which are being conducted across the U.S., such as this, what you see on your screens, a Guatemalan day laborer who died an unfortunate death while trying to flee raids in California.
Being in a country that is not ours, we have to follow those rules. But I believe that the way they are doing it is not the best, because they are leaving behind broken families, orphaned children, families with this great emptiness, like us at this moment, an emptiness that will never be filled with anything in life. It is such great pain. They have torn away part of our life.
Thus begging one important question: how far is too far when it comes to Trump's anti-immigration measures? That's the question we ask on the show tonight. All right, in other news, London grinds to a halt as a city of millions is now caught in the iron grip of a sweeping tube strike. The tube is the lifeblood of London and normally provides fast and easy connections with all the big railway stations as well as UK's busiest airport, the Heathrow airport there. Millions of people are affected due to the strike. Stations from Bakerloo to Piccadilly are dark. Signs like these welcomed commuters there. And angry commuters crowded pavements and bus stops, forced to navigate an urban maze thrown into disarray by union action over pay, fatigue management and working hours.
So from Hertfordshire, so I've had to go into King's Cross, St Pancras, London Bridge and now walk to Liverpool Street. So it's probably extending my journey by about 40 minutes, give or take 45 minutes, so not great.
Yeah, it's quite annoying, and obviously they're quite persistent as well. I mean, I was hoping they'd be called off, which generally sort of happens, and the prospect of it being all week is a bit of a nightmare, so it's probably taken me twice as long to get in this morning.
Gridlocked traffic snaked through the city's centre. Lines for taxis and ride shares stretched for blocks. Commuter misery deepened as the Transport for London website also crashed on the first day of a week of tube strikes. Transport for London, which operates the capital's public transport network, offered a 3.4% pay rise. It says it is now willing for more talks with the unions, while saying that a reduction in the contractual 35-hour week is neither practical nor affordable at this point of time. It has now emerged that striking workers also want a 75% discount on all their rail travel, among their other demands. Some Londoners took to two-wheelers for morning commute as a strike on the Underground shut down the extensive train network till Friday. The last tube strike to close the whole network took place in March 2023.